Hey, yo, what if I told you you could make 60,000 plus just off of one house? That's kind of crazy, right? Especially when the house would only rent for $1,800, somewhere between $1,500 and $1,800 per month, right? Like, how do you get 60,000 from that? Well, I'm about to show you. Hey guys, you're not gonna believe this. You're in for a treat. I'm with one of my first mentors, Jay Parker, well-known guy in the Charlotte, North Carolina market. And literally, he was one of the people that basically instilled in me that I can do this business back when I was in the call center, because he would be at a meeting every Tuesday and I would make sure I go there just to hear him and a guy named Dan speak every Tuesday. But he also he predicted, whereas this inflation, this rise of inflation that's going around. I want to say he predicted this in 2012, 2011. I still had a job, and I remember him saying, hey, hold on to what you have. If you can get stuff, hold on, because inflation will rise. If you have a fixed mortgage, it doesn't rise, the mortgage stays the same. I actually learned that technique from him. But everything else goes up, and cost of living goes up, and being that cost of living goes up, people might not be able to afford to live inside of Charlotte. But he came up with a solution. You know how some people complain? He actually came up with a solution, and I remember him talking about this 10 years ago. And he's gonna walk us through one of his properties, whereas he can get 60,000 plus a year out of one house. What could that do for you? You know, if you're making that type of income. But without further ado, let me introduce Jay. So Jay, could you tell us how long you've been investing in real estate?
Yeah, well, I've been doing it a long time. I came to Charlotte, I think in 94. I actually got started in 1993 is when I first had my introduction to real estate investing. I was working at 84 Lumber, and the guys coming in there, they were landlords. And so one guy, I asked them, I said, well, what do you do for a living? And he said, I rent houses. I said, no. I said, well, what do you do? How do you make your money? He said, no, I rent houses. And it was then the light bulb went off. And before that, I could never imagine anybody renting houses for a living.
Yeah.
And so it was in 92, 93 is when we had that conversation. And so I went to bed every night, multi-millionaire, because I was running the numbers to see how many houses do I need to have to maintain a lifestyle and not ever have to work again.
Right.
And so I did that, and then I came to Charlotte. And once I came to Charlotte is when I bought my first house. I tried to do it in Maryland, but I didn't have the resources. But this constellation aligned when I came to Charlotte, and everything fell into place. And then I started buying houses, and the rest is history.
All right, so now tell us about this particular property. Right now, I looked on the tax card, right, and it's it was a 3-bedroom, 1 bath right now, I believe, and nice brick home and very quiet area. A lot of gentrification is going on in this area. A lot of stuff is coming up. Apartment complexes that are getting market rent, and as you know, nothing is affordable in Charlotte. They building the KFC.
Yeah.
I prefer Popeyes, but they build the KFC down the road. So now you're in a great area. You got access to 85, to the major highways. Like, so this particular property, it's a 3-bedroom right now. What is your plan? What are we going to do to it?
Well, this particular property is a bath and a half. And so we're going to convert the half bath into a full bath. And then we're going to take the garage and convert the garage into 2 bedrooms and add another bath. And so that way we'll have a 2-1 ratio, meaning 2 persons to 1 bath. And so therefore you don't have any problem with backlog on the bathroom and, you know, having to wait or anything like that. So this particular property will have 4 baths in it.
Okay.
3 baths.
3 baths.
It'll have 3 baths in it.
3 baths in it. So that you want a ratio of every 2 people, you want to have access to at least 1 bath.
1 bath, right. 2
okay.
to 1.
Okay, 2 to 1. All right, let's go inside, man. Let's see what we got here. All right, so you got it in the rough form.
Yeah. Pretty rough right now. And, you know, we store all of our other stuff, our other finds, you know, when we're riding around on the street and we see stuff, we'll pick it up, put it on the top, and then we'll save it for the next project. So a lot of this stuff comes from dumpsters, not all of it, but, you know, a lot of it comes from people moving.
Yes.
And so they put a lot of stuff out, so we'll get it, we'll refurbish it, and then we'll put it in the property, and people don't know the difference.
Okay. All right. So like those tables, like you're gonna actually potentially refurbish that table and use it in this property.
Absolutely. So what we'll do, that process that I was telling you about, the epoxy, we'll actually have the guy spray the epoxy on this table, a little brand new. And then pretty much everything we make black, because black will go with everything. And so I'm told. But anyway, so we'll get the same hardware and that type thing on every piece that requires hardware. And so that way you can't tell that it doesn't match, because it all be the same color. And so that's one of the illusions that we do, is put the same hardware, same color, everything appears to match.
All right, so I got you. So okay, so we're in the property, it's rough. Okay,
Yep.
You're getting 60,000 plus.
Yes.
Okay, out of this particular property, right?
Yes.
So, with that being said, how? Like, are you renting it for 5,000 a month? Like, what's the model?
No. So what we do, we actually rent the rooms, each individual room. So depending on the particular room will determine how much we rent it for. So a room with a bathroom, we start at $275. So if it's a larger room, we can get as much as $297
Per week.
per week.
Okay.
Well, really, that's a lot less than what people can pay
And rent.
in rent.
Yeah.
And most people that we're talking about can't really live in this neighborhood with their income.
Yes.
So if you had somebody making $35,000, $40,000 by themselves, they probably couldn't live in this neighborhood.
Correct.
Yeah.
They can't get rent a house in this neighborhood.
Right.
So basically, what you're doing, you're going after the professional.
Yes.
But they're underpaid.
Right.
And so they're okay with just renting out a room.
Well, I mean, they can get the quality living, right? Because we're going to make this really nice.
Right.
And so they can't get the quality living anywhere else other than this type of living, unless they move way out of county.
Okay.
And then how much does it cost for them to commute? So it just makes financial sense for us and for them to actually provide good quality housing, affordable housing that they can't otherwise get independently. They couldn't live here otherwise.
Okay, and so with this person, let's say they're paying $275.
Yeah.
That's $275 a week.
Yes.
I get my Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Free Wi-Fi, free cable, free washer and dryer. You have a full-size kitchen. You have maid service. Maid service come and it takes care of all the common areas, the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, the hall bathrooms. They take care of all that. Now, in their rooms, they are responsible for their own room.
Now, the maid service, how often do they come?
They come week 1, week 3.
Okay, so bi-weekly.
They come bi-weekly, yes.
Okay, bi-weekly, the maid service comes, cleans up. Who's responsible? They clean the bathrooms too?
They clean the bathrooms, yes.
Okay, now the person who rents the room, they have their own bathroom.
Yep.
They clean that one too?
No, they're responsible for the person that have their own bathroom.
Yeah.
They're responsible for their own bathroom.
Okay. All right. And are these properties unisex, or are they like, if you get one male, everything has to be male, you get one female, everything has to be female? How does that work?
Well, we're dealing with working professionals, so we're not just dealing with a lower social class.
Right.
So we're dealing with a better class of people, so we do it a unisex.
Okay.
They're co-ed.
All right, so they're co-ed, and you verify income, verify
Yes.
jobs, and all of that, and you get paid weekly. Now, what if? Now I know this, right? So, because I know you personally, you put a combination lock
Yes.
on the door,
Yep.
and I know at one point you were changing combination. The combination changed weekly. Does it still change weekly?
Well, this here, not this particular house,
yeah.
but this house will have a keyless entry.
Yeah.
And it can accommodate up to 19 different combinations.
Right.
So each person will have their own independent combination, as well as their bedroom. So their bedroom and their door entry will have the same combination. So when, let's say they're not living here any longer, we can change the combination of their bedroom and the door, and they no longer have entry.
Okay. So all right. So yeah, it's basically, because I know you've been doing this, like the smart home model, for at least 5-6 years. I heard you talking about this.
Yes.
The smart home model, whereas they have companies who, as if you're building a house, they'll charge you a bunch of money to make your house a smart home. But you've been doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also have changed the thermostat. So our thermostat is smart as well. So
Correct.
therefore we set the thermostat. We don't have to go around to each house and actually change the temperature. We can let's say this week, beginning of this week, we changed the thermostat so that it's, at a rate to where we're able to turn on the air condition and not go to all the houses to do that.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So you're going after the worker professional because right now, a few years ago, the average 1-bedroom in Charlotte was $1,000. That was a few years ago. It went up. I can't remember the number, but the number went up for the average 1-bedroom in Charlotte, and the cost of living is crazy. So yes. Now, getting your money weekly.
Yes.
Is that a problem?
No. See, I think the difference with this, I think is a lot better than collecting your rent monthly.
Yes.
And a lot of people collect their rent monthly, but don't know why they collect it monthly. But, I look at it from the perspective, I like getting paid 13 times versus 12 times. And because you collect it monthly, you only get paid 12 times. But when you collect it weekly or bi-weekly, you get paid 13 times a year. Not only that, statistics state that the average person, if they have a financial crisis of $1,000, it's nothing they can do about it. Well, if you rent your property by the month, when do you learn of their problem? It's a whole month out before you learn that they have a financial crisis.
Yes.
Right? I learn of their financial crisis every week. So I'm learning about it, as it happens, opposed to waiting a whole month out and learn that they've had a crisis. So we're able to mitigate that situation. Maybe we do a payment plan, or we mitigate it by actually being able to deal with it right then, opposed to having to wait a whole month out.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, let's tour this. So this is going to be our living room. Now, in your living room, do you put a TV in the living room or just a bedroom?
No, we put a flat screen TV, 55-inch will go on this wall.
Okay.
And so we'll have, nice furniture here. This here will be our dining room here. We're going to take this wall out here, so we'll have good flow into the dining room. So it'll be a good, smooth transition into the dining room. And then this out here, this is where I was telling you we'll make this, which is a 1-car garage.
Oh, this is the 1-car garage. Yeah. Okay.
I think we got about 21 feet.
Yeah, you got 21 feet there.
Right. So we'll actually have an entrance here.
Okay.
We'll have an entrance here, and so we'll be able to enter that bedroom, this bedroom, and this here will be our new bathroom.
Okay. So, all right. Let me ask you this question. How much will that bedroom rent for?
These will rent for $210.
Okay.
$210. So
$210 there and $210 there.
Yes.
And $210 here. Okay.
And so they have a bathroom which will be right here. And so then that's the 2 people here for the 1 bath here.
All right. So the bathroom, let's go back out. I'm actually standing in their bathroom right now.
You're standing in their bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're going to it's going to be shower, bathtub, toilet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're getting rid of this fireplace.
So we'll actually it'll come out to this far, out to the edge of the fireplace, right? But we're going to have more room coming this way. So we're going to have a shower, sink, and commode.
Yeah.
Okay? And so here, you're standing in the washer and dryer.
Oh,
this is
okay.
where the washer and dryer from that side looking in.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So it's going to be one washer and dryer set in the house?
For the entire house, yes.
Okay. All right. This is going to be the kitchen.
Yep.
Now, these cabinets you have, right?
Yes.
Are you going to keep those cabinets? Because this is actually, and you actually taught me this. Is that real wood? That's real wood.
That's real wood.
You taught me that the real wood, like that's valuable. People want that stuff.
Yes.
So are you keeping that?
Those are going to stay.
Okay.
So we're going to change the hardware on it. So the hardware will be, you won't see the hinges.
Yeah.
And so the hinges will be on the inside of the cabinet. But we will use all those cabinets and also the countertop. We used to get rid of the countertop, but now we have this product that we're using. It's amazing. So we'll do that, and you won't be able to tell that they're not new. It'll actually look like Coriander.
Okay. Yeah. Because I always switch my countertops out to granite.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that what you're saying. You didn't even have to unhook the plumbing. If plumbing's already there, you could just
$200.
Wow. Okay.
$200.
Yeah, and I'm spending well over $1,000 getting granite.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's the route to go. So when you say you're keeping the cabinets, are you gonna paint them or
yes,
you just?
We're gonna paint them. The cabinets will be a software. Software is a darker gray, And we use the repulse gray on the walls.
Okay, repulse gray. Now, is this paneling or real
That's
wood?
paneling. We're going to go over that. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with the paneling, but it's not going to look like paneling. I'm not sure whether we're going to go over it with sheetrock. The last property we did, we just filled in the gaps. And once we filled it in with 20-minute mud, it looks like sheetrock.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I'm looking down the floor. I got this carpet that has to go.
Yep.
What type of flooring are you doing
It's
throughout this?
hardwood. It's hardwood
Under, okay, so they're gonna get hardwood.
Yeah.
Okay. What about over there? What you gonna do over there?
LVP.
LVP over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that-
also in the kitchen and in the bathroom.
Okay. And for those who don't know, LVP is luxury vinyl plank. I like to put that on my rental properties because it's waterproof and scratch proof, meaning that if they wear their heels on it, if they spill stuff on it and they don't get it up, or they wait a few hours to get it up, it doesn't damage the floor.
Yeah.
So I use LVP in my rentals as well. But the hardwood look, once this gets redone,
Yes.
you're giving it an upscale look. So
Absolutely.
you're going with the upscale look in this. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So we have this. This is going to remain a hallway. All right. So this entrance for the kitchen will still be there.
Yeah, we're gonna open it, make it a little. It'll have an open.
Okay,
So
have
feel a little flow.
Okay.
Flow.
All right. So I got a bathroom here with a double sink.
Yeah.
A double sink. Now, what's going to happen in here?
All this is gonna get sprayed.
Yeah, you're gonna
So we're
spray
not gonna.
this
Yeah,
one?
we're just gonna have it sprayed. Have the sink sprayed. The countertops here are gonna be sprayed. So we'll just leave this stuff in here.
New toilet.
Yeah, we'll put new toilets in. We'll take this out. We'll take this mirror out, and we'll likely put two separate mirrors or two separate lights over the mirrors. We'll punch out the mirrors so it sets on a platform. Put some lighting around it, make it look really modern.
Okay. And this bathroom actually has a closet in there, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
That they have the closet. Yeah. So, but they probably keep stuff in their room anyway.
Yes. Yeah. So we don't put we'll put a hook, but we're not going to put towel racks and stuff like that because you don't want them to leave their stuff in the bathroom. So we'll put a hook. So like while they're in there,
Yeah.
they can hook.
Now let me ask you this, though: who's responsible for toilet tissue and everything else?
They're responsible for their own paper.
Toiletries? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much like their paper towels and things like
They're
that.
responsible, okay.
But one of the unique things, though, what we have found is the people, when they move in, they become family. One of the quick things that you mentioned earlier about screening and whether it's, the gender of people that move in, the unique thing we have done, we have been able to create a system that's much like the Myers-Briggs. So the Myers-Briggs is more so like a personality test type thing. And so our screening process is much like that. So we can pretty much get the same type of personality in the house, which is good because we like people because they're like us.
Yeah.
And the same thing applies with this. So if we can pick people that are like each other, then we have a greater chance of them meshing together a lot more so.
Absolutely. Their screening process, how do you determine that with that test?
Yeah, we have a system, and that's what this without a system is just a house.
Yeah.
But with the system, it's much like your cell phone. If you didn't have an operating system on your cell phone, you just have a paperweight. So what we have created is a system that we can use to predict the type of people that we can get and put in the house.
Okay. All right. So this is just basically paint, light fixture, and the doors are new. So yeah.
Well, the doors give it an upscale look opposed to leaving the flush. They had the flush.
Yeah. I totally get that. So now, how much is this room going to get?
This room will be $225.
So $225 to rent this room. Okay, a week. And okay, so this is the master, right?
This is the bath.
You have the bathroom here.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an existing bath. It was a half bath, and we're adding a shower. We're gonna bump that wall out a little bit to give us the space we need for code.
Okay, I got this right here. This is you're gonna get the space you need for code. You're gonna bump that out. So this is gonna be a shower and tub or just a stand-up?
Shower, stand-up shower only.
Stand-up shower only. This particular room, this is what we.
Their own bath.
They had their own bathroom, but traditional housing. I mean, this is what we call the master, main bedroom, etc. Whatever you feel comfortable with calling it. But so they have the main bedroom. How much is this going to get per week?
This room will start at $275.
$275.
$275 a week.
$275 a week. Okay. And so we're gonna have this is one bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
This is the other bedroom.
Right. That's $225.
That's $225, $225, and then $210.
Yeah. The room here next door will be $225.
Okay. So let's go to the room. This is your last guest bedroom. They have their closet, and now I know you're putting a 55-inch in the living room. Do they get a TV in their bedroom?
Each bedroom has its own TV. We put 32-inch TVs in each room.
Okay.
So each room will have its own TV.
All right. Now the size. Now your bed size.
Yes. We put full-size beds in them.
Put full
All
size.
of them have full size. Some of our larger rooms we have gone up to queen size, but that's just an added amenity. So once we add the amenities, so does the cost go up. So we have, it just depends. We have a lot of different, I guess, what do you call them? Profit centers, if you will, like the larger beds. Like each room, when we show the room, we show it with a refrigerator. The refrigerator does not come with the room. However, we will, they can get the refrigerator, but that's $10 more per week.
$10 a week to rent a refrigerator.
Right.
Okay.
But we have 5 bedrooms, so we have a potential of getting additional $50 a week.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, to rent a miniature refrigerator. Cool. Now, with this, and for those who don't know, like Charlotte, North Carolina, we're like number 2 or I think we dropped down number 3, number 4 in the largest banking capital in the world.
Yeah, I think it's number 3.
Yeah, number 3 now in the world. And so, being that we're the largest banking capital, what happens is a lot of people get contract work. And with the contract work, they get some contract work at one of these banks, and they're here for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. They need somewhere to stay. Hey, let me just go rent a room while I'm here, feel like home rather than, trying to, I do have an Airbnb, but the people that rent through Airbnb, they pay way more than renting a normal size apartment, or an apartment. They want you to sign a lease, a yearly lease, and all that. So you get that particular crowd, and you get the worker professional who's just underpaid.
Yeah, you have a lot of different clientele or people that would be interested in that. A lot of people think of just the contractors as relate to the banks, which is good. But you have like a lot of construction worker contractors that are union electricians who make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Crane operators, which we have one crane operator makes like $58 an hour. So you have people that make a lot of money, and we have another market that a lot of people don't think about is the commuters. We have a lady that works for the bank but lives in Greensboro. So she lives here during the week and go home on the weekend. So the market is really wide open. You have travel nurses. It's a lot of people. You have hard headers. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not.
No.
But hard headers is the largest specialized construction staffing company in the country, which, they have maybe 500-600 people a week that they're staffing. So you have a lot of different people that have a need for this. Our average stay is about 3.5 years. Wow. So it's not what a lot of people think. A lot of people think it's a lot of in and out because it's weekly rental.
Yeah.
So that's the misconception. It's not. Our average stay is about 3.5 years.
Wow.
We have people that have been here or been with us for over 7 years.
Wow.
So it's a different concept, but it's effective.
Now let me ask you this: the person I've been there multiple years. If let's say I got in at $275.
Yep.
Will it stay $275 or?
We have kept all the rent and at $275, and the reason being is I'd rather keep that person in play and continuing to pay, and I continue to buy. Now, if any room comes available,
then you go to market.
Then I go up on the rent of that new room.
Yeah.
Opposed to having to go up, on everybody's rent.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I've actually, another thing I learned from you with my rentals, not to go up. They leave, then I go to market.
Right.
But as a landlord, your biggest expense is turnover.
That's right.
So if you can keep them in there for multiple years,
Yes.
yeah, you come out a lot cheaper.
I've had a lady that has been with me for 12 years, and her rent was under market, but for 12 years I've made money.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm not making market, but I'm making money.
Yeah,
it's not costing me anything.
It's not costing that. I've learned that. I learned that from you. All right, Jay. So now we're in the back. Okay. So there goes the garage that you're gonna turn into a two bedrooms right there. Now this deck, this is considered a common area because they can come out, hang out. Back here.
Yep.
What's the plan for this?
Well, this will be the parking area here. The garage area, this storage over here will turn into storage. This is an area where we will divide up for the people that lives in the house, the members that live in the house, and we'll rent them storage space. So again, it's another profit center for us that we'll do 4 storage units here because we'll have 5 tenants. We don't want to have 5, then that's a situation where we have, well, I don't want one, but we create the scarcity. If we do 4, we can keep 4 rented all the time, and then as soon as one of them come available, the 5th person that didn't get one will take that last one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we create the scarcity by having only 4 opposed to 5.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay. And so that's storage. This is going to be parking.
Yes.
So you're going with an asphalt here, correct? All right. And yeah, so just to, start to wrap this up, I got 2 bedrooms right here. That's $210 apiece.
Yes.
I have the bedroom over here. As you said, that was $225, right? And then the main one at $275.
Yes.
Yeah, you're pushing $60K without the profit centers or anything.
The profit centers, yes.
Without your renting the fridges, if they got a bigger bed size, bigger than full, without any of that, you're at 60 out of one house. One house.
Property. And so it's see, with that, we only have 1 stove, 1 refrigerator, 1 heating and air system. So a 5-unit, this will outperform any 5-unit complex. Not only that, it's single family. It's not commercial. If you're doing a 5-unit apartment complex or 5-unit unit like that, that's commercial. Single family.
Absolutely. And okay.
So you can get residential financing on this.
Yes. And as a if this was a rental property and you fix this up as is, right? As a 3-bedroom in this neighborhood, you're probably looking at $1,500-$1,600. Mm-hmm. All right, so $1,500-$1,600, but you're doing just a little under $5,000 a month while using your model. Mm-hmm. And for somebody who has a job or somebody who just wants to doesn't want so much active income, they want to just buy houses on the side and just live off their cash flow, they can reach their goal quicker doing this.
Absolutely.
Than picking up rentals, because I've been picking up rentals for years, and it's not where I want them to be at. Yeah, I do 6 figures in gross rents a year, but that's not where I want more. But with this model, you can get to retire a lot quicker than you will with wholesaling, flipping houses, or anything else.
You can have 2 of these. 2 of these will put you somewhere in the neighborhood of $120,000.
$120,000 for this.
So your net is still over $100,000.
Yeah, net is still over $100,000. Yeah, absolutely.
And so, I think a lot of people, they focus on, I was looking at some programs that some guys were doing, and they're counting cash, or they're talking about equity, how much equity they have in their property.
Yeah.
But the problem with equity, you can't go to Harris Teeter and exchange it.
No.
You got to exchange the cash flow, and the cash flow is what's important. Building that cash flow, that's what you can go to
Harris Teeter with
and negotiate. Yeah, you can negotiate that cash.
Yeah, and that's another thing I learned from you. Don't focus on paper numbers, the equity.
That's right.
You always taught that, because in the crash, when I met you during that last recession, it proved that theory to be correct.
Yes, because it's cash flow, and again, it's a business, right? I only buy in Charlotte. And I tell people that, I say it's a business. If you have a business, and let's don't put real estate on it, but if you have a business, you want to put your business in the location that it has its greatest chance of surviving. Where is that? Charlotte.
Correct.
Charlotte. I mean, because everything in Charlotte is going up.
Everything.
And so if you go into outlying areas, not to say it's not going up, but I want my money to work the hardest, and the hardest place it's going to work is in Charlotte.
Absolutely. I mean, without a doubt, it's definitely going to work hard here in Charlotte. All right. So what's the name of this? Because I know you have a name for this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's called, I call them communals. Is what I call them. Our new business name is called CoOp Pad.
You're the first person I've known to see this model, to do this model, and become successful in my assisted times with this particular model. So I know a few other people have been picking it up since they heard you talk about it, but I think this is like, if you can get it dialed in, man, it's a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
Versus doing a single-family rental.
It's the system that we have, and again, like I said, it's like, you know, any other system, like your cell phone. If you accidentally delete the operating system, all you have is a paperweight. And so what makes this work is the system that we have. And some of which we have displayed, like we were telling you about how we screen the people, which is a little different. I mean, we look at things a little differently than just getting a credit report. And that's what a lot of people do. They just get a credit report. But there are other things that comes in and it comes into play with their income. And things like that for us are like whether they smoke or not, you know, because people are going to smoke regardless.
Right.
And so the average person smokes 15 cigarettes a day. That's 5 packs a week, $175 a month. That needs to be factored in with their income. So asking whether they smoke or not is not a social question, it's whether it's an income question. And so when you go to court, 98% of the people there, 99% of the people there are there because of non-payment. And I think it's because their income has not been looked at careful enough and made an assessment. Do you smoke? Yeah. Do you drink? Yeah. Well, the average person drink a 6-pack a day. So if they're drinking a 6-pack, what's the cost of that? So we have to factor those social things into the income to get a better perspective of what they can afford to pay.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I remember a few years ago, I was talking to a friend of mine, a mutual friend, Brian, and I said, Brian, why would somebody pay you $200 a week to rent a room? That's $800 a month. They can probably go to a lower income part of Charlotte and at that time get a 1-bedroom apartment for like $850 around there for a 1-bedroom. He said, yeah, that's all they're getting is the 1-bedroom. You're not counting their security deposit. You're not counting, they got the utilities. Yes. They got their internet bill. They got the food bill. He said with me, they pay me $800 and they know, all right, so my living is $800. I get my internet, I get my utilities, all for 1 set price.
Yes.
And now I'm just responsible for feeding myself. And then it made me change my thinking, like, that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because, you know, everything is all in one, you know, and we charge a non-refundable move-in fee. That's a part of the system as well. And so the move-in fee, if they're paying weekly, so therefore, let's say next week they don't have the money, but they've already gave me the move-in fee. So I'll just tell them, so hey, listen, you know, if it doesn't work out for you, it's okay, you know, just leave. Don't pay me, just keep your money and leave, right?
Yeah.
We have never had to evict anyone, but we got that move-in fee up front, which is non-refundable, which is more than their weekly rent. So they didn't leave us owing us any money. We got it up front.
Okay. All right. Now, Jay, I know you have the monthly meetup here in Charlotte.
Yes.
What's the name of it?
It's the J. Parker Network.
The J. Parker Network on meetup.com. You go to meetup.com. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the link to the meetup below. On Facebook, you can find him at J. Parker. Catch him at one of his meetups out here monthly. He does them monthly. They're free. If you're new to real estate, they're a ton of knowledge. I started off with a lot of his information, and thankfully I did listen to a lot of stuff he said and picked up rentals along the way, because I basically paid a third of the price of what it's worth now, because he predicted inflation will always happen and will continue to happen. That's one of the things he predicted, and he was saying that when the prices was down. But yeah, so he's a wealth of knowledge to get in touch with him. So yeah, just make sure you reach out to him. And thank you for making it to the end of the video, man. Just thank you for watching the whole thing. But what do you think? Comment below. Let me know. Like, what if you had 10 of those? That's $600,000 a year with just 10 houses. You need a lot of rental properties to do that, just doing the single family traditional model to make $600,000. So, you know, I found that way very interesting, unique, but let me know what you think about it. Also, to see more of the Buy Back the Block series, just click the video below, man, and check out the whole series, man. Appreciate that.